Hey everybody, welcome back. This is a different video than you will be used to. This is a life update video, and also it's about a month late, but this is the 1 year mark of owning Boundless. Goodbye, Atlantic Ocean! One of the reasons that I am sitting here speaking with you all and not putting out a video of projects or sailing is because, believe it or not, for the first time I have run out of footage. Now, I have been doing a lot of projects since getting to Mexico. The boat is stationary now for hurricane season. We are still in the water at a dock. I've been working on a lot of different things, a lot of electrical, mainsail repairs, troubleshooting for the B&G system because we've been having so many issues with the autopilot, the depth sounder, the wind anemometer, and I think I'm getting to the bottom of what's going on. And like I said, I'm filming all of that, but I've decided to pump the brakes on the weekly videos that I put out about this Boundless adventure that I've been taking you all along with me on. We moved onto the boat June 10th of last year, so it is about a month late, but there's a lot to report as far as what it's been like to live on this new boat. First off, she is quickly proving to be an amazing vessel in all ways. She is incredibly strong and super safe feeling in all the conditions that we've experienced so far. She sails very well considering she is so heavy, even in light winds, and generally she is so comfortable to live on. I've done a lot of work already to the boat in this first year, and I'm happy to say that I am very pleased with all of the systems on the boat. Generally speaking, it's been all systems go. We've had some issues here and there, but nothing that is really out of the ordinary from regular boat maintenance and just normal wear and tear on things. The new rigging that we installed is working really well. I've been actually running the water heater because we're plugged into the dock here in Chiapas, and that was one of my first big projects. And I've been, like I said, working on a lot of projects, which is a lot of electrical issues, cleaning up bad connections, pulling out old wires, basically an overhaul on the entire electrical system, which I'm going to be doing a dedicated video of Boundless's 12-volt electrical system. And I've been filming that, and it's been really fun. Hey everyone, little interruption here. I do want to add that there are some very big projects that are in the works for Boundless. Later this year, once the Sea of Cortez becomes a reality, I need to find a place to take the mast out of Boundless. And you may have heard me mention before that I need to do that to fix some electrical wiring and tend to some paint issues and other maintenance things for the mast. But that project is actually very closely tied to another bigger project, and that is replacing the stainless steel freshwater tanks that are underneath the floor by the base of the mast. They are very big and I believe I can take them out without having to cut into any cabinetry or furniture structure or anything like that. But I need to have the mast out of the boat to be able to slide the tanks forward to fit them through the opening in the floorboards. That's a huge project, and it requires me to be in an area where there's more resources than Chiapas. Chiapas is a really good and very cheap place to stop for the season and wait out hurricane season and get a lot of other projects done, but it's not a place of abundant resource and fabricators and things of that nature. And I'll also go into more detail as to what is going on with the freshwater tanks. I just wanted to inject that into the video. Yesterday I was so excited when I was filming to tell you all how much I love the boat. And today I obviously feel the same way, but I just wanted to emphasize that there are some big things that need to be fixed on Boundless, and that is okay. I guess I'm the type of person that doesn't get scared of any project no matter the magnitude, so I can very easily brush it off my shoulder in conversation or trying to explain something to you all, and make it seem like it's not that big of an issue or big of a project. That's just where I thrive. I enjoy projects and redesigning things and making things better and fixing things, learning how things work as much as I do the sailing. Actually, sometimes more even, because it's just who I am as a person. All right, so anyway, back to where I was. It seems like it's been such a quick year of the new boat, and also it seems like it's been ages. We both have grown as sailors. We've tackled the longest distance sailing that we've done consecutively, conditions that neither of us have ever experienced in our lives. You may have heard the expression that the boat is more capable of handling things than you are, and that is very true. We've had some pretty scary moments, but all in all, there has not been one time where I've been like, oh, I don't feel safe in this boat. And I'm talking about safety and feeling comfortable so much because that's one of the most important things when you're choosing a boat to cruise and live on. Seawind was very safe and very strong, and she was comfortable, but I think after a year of living on Boundless, this size that felt so dauntingly big at first, this 42 feet, it has now started to just feel smaller, and not in like a cramped way because we have more things or anything. Actually, it's because of the bond that has become stronger over this past year between the boat and me. And that is what makes it feel smaller. I am really starting to know every nook and cranny. I understand the sounds that she makes, and the motions in different sea states, and what it sounds like when the refrigerators start up, when I'm in the shower and the sump pump turns on, and if it sounds a little bit strange, or the toilet flushing. So we have really gotten to know everything about her personality, and still learning more every day, and we'll continue to learn more and more about Boundless's personality. The moral of the story is I am very happy that we upgraded boats, and although it's been an additional financial burden every month because of our $900 boat payment, generally the living cost and running cost of living on this boat compared to Seawind, I think it really is about the same. Seawind, when we started cruising, was in excellent shape. We did not have to really invest any money in significant systems. I know I rebuilt the exhaust while we were cruising. That was really the biggest breakdown and cost and in time and money of fixing something on Seawind, was that of all the time we were cruising on her. And on Boundless, it's been largely the same. We bought the boat. It's in really good shape. I haven't found anything in the last year that has been like, oh, this potentially changes my view on buying this boat. I don't regret it at all. I have not found anything, and I am very meticulous with inspecting things and getting into projects and letting them creep into bigger projects. From day one, I looked at the electrical system and I said, someday I am going to overhaul this electrical system. And now here in Chiapas, a year later, I'm on the tail end of revamping the electrical system. And so really, the boat has incredible bones, and the upgrades that the previous owners did have been working really well, and cleaning up some electrical stuff, upgrading things here and there and things like that. That's just the cost of living on a boat and maintaining the boat. So last week's episode, you sailed with us from Nicaragua to Marina Chiapas here in Mexico, and that is where the boat is currently. That is where I am currently. Katie is not here. Since getting here, it has been absolute chaos, to be honest, in our lives. A couple days after we got to the dock here, I developed a toothache, and it quickly became debilitating. I did not know what to do. I didn't know if I should go home or if I should fly down to Costa Rica because I had all the restorative dentistry done a few months ago. Thankfully, this tooth with the toothache was not one of those teeth. I ended up flying back down to Costa Rica. They had to do a root canal on that tooth because it was infected. All is well with that tooth, but in the meantime, when they were doing the x-rays, they found the tooth next to it had an asymptomatic infection, and it was asymptomatic because it had gotten up into my sinus cavity. It was draining off through my sinuses, so it never built any pressure and never turned into a toothache. Quote unquote, from the endodontist who did the root canal, potentially life-threatening infection, because in the sinus cavity, it can go into your bloodstream, to your heart, it can go into your brain because there are arteries right up there. So I had to go on to antibiotics for 14 days, and I've had things that I'm dealing with because of the antibiotics. I had to have the tooth pulled. Obviously, that was like an emergency thing because that tooth had already had a root canal years and years ago. They couldn't redo the root canal, so they had to pull the tooth. So I've been recovering from that. I got a really nasty cold virus while I was in Costa Rica. It has been wild. And then while I was in Costa Rica, Katie flew to a work retreat in Barbados. And when I came back to Boundless, she was gone. And then after Barbados, she actually ended up flying home. And I am here, and I've been working on getting the boat ready to sit for a few months because I am also flying home. And that is a great segue into the next point, which is in October, I'll be going to the Annapolis Sailboat Show. Now, I'm not sure of any details yet, whether there will be something more organized or something casual. I am planning on having a patron meetup, but if you are going to the sailboat show, I am really looking forward to meeting you. So I mentioned that I was pumping the brakes on the Boundless Adventures videos, and that means while I've been filming these projects I've been talking about, I'm not going to show you them just yet. Since getting to Chiapas, actually since recovering and working on projects and making the last videos of this cruising season, I've been thinking about what I want to do with the YouTube channel while I am away from the boat for the summer. I'm not sure exactly how many videos for the next couple of months that I will be posting, but expect to see some really interesting things. This next week, I will not post a video, so next week you can expect to not have a video from Sailing Seawind. I will be visiting my sister and her husband and my little niece, and then I will be flying home to Pennsylvania. I've been thinking about diving into the time before YouTube, which is the 6 years of rebuilding Seawind, because that time in my life is very important, and it's a story left untold. When we appeared on YouTube, the first video was us traveling down the Erie Canal in this boat that seems old but really well taken care of. And I have had on hard drives about 600 gigabytes of photos and videos that has just been sitting, and it tells the story of building the hard dodger for Seawind, which I know a lot of people are really interested in things like that. I'm going to dive into what it took to redesign and rebuild the anchor locker to drain overboard instead of running into the bilge, redesigning the inner forestay chain plate for the staysail. I'm going to dive into the addition of the external chain plates, converting from internal to external chain plates on the hull, and rebuilding the hull to deck joint, designing and building new bulwark caps, and even more that I can't think of at the moment. So I am super excited to dive into that footage and really the memories of the years that shaped me into the person that is sitting here currently. We have a floating boat. So after the summer is over, and after I see you at the Annapolis Sailboat Show, it will be coming back to Boundless, getting some projects done, and then sailing to the Sea of Cortez, which is in northern Mexico. I am so excited about the Sea of Cortez. I've heard incredible things about it. Yeah, I am just super excited to experience what it's like cruising there and meeting some of the cruising community there. You probably have seen a YouTube channel or two sailing the Sea of Cortez. I am super excited to see what it's about myself. So I hope you enjoyed this life update video. I know it's very different, but it's very needed at this moment in life. There have been a lot of things going on. There's a lot of exciting stuff that's coming up, and I am so excited to take you all along with me for the journey. So I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you soon.